All right. Let's change deck, shall we? Like another hour or so to play. Let's play something aggressive. Let's play a blue burn. Hey, that's a good link. It's a blue-red aggressive deck. Yeah, you can switch point of views in the replay and take a look at their deck. I can actually, speaking of clicking on your opponent's portrait, so I can click on my opponent here and click view profile. I can see what their collection is. I can see what their current rank is. I can see their history. Just like the details that this game has in terms of like what the software is doing are just so perfect. Very, very well done. Ignition is just a shock, so I'm gonna shock their 0-3 here. I was not planning to do the puzzles on stream. I was planning to focus on construct. There's so much to do in the construct in this game. Just played the whale clip and my dog freaked out. I do what I can. All right, so I want to play this blue 2-drop here. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this blue card. I'll go ahead and play the thane here, I think, probably. So I can attack that. Yeah, just looking at their roadmap, they basically plan to do everything I would ever want software-wise in a game like this. Okay, so Panic Raider, I think, is one of my 2 favorite cards in this game. It's a 2/2 for 3 and double red gems. It has Rush, so it can attack right away. And every time it hits my opponent, it makes itself smaller and draws a card. So this card is often a deal 3 to my opponent. I draw 2 cards, which is great.
Feeling unwell?
Lurker, regen 1, activates to deal 1 damage to every minion. Interesting. It's actually, like, pretty good against me here. So I don't really want to play this out now, because they can activate this next turn to deal 1 damage to everything. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just play my 2/3 over here so I can attack this next turn. Hopefully. This is a mechanic called Lurker, which means if they put a minion on either side of it, I can't attack it directly. I have to attack the minions on either side of it first. Interesting. Oh, they're a reanimator shell. So they did a damage to everything. Huh? What do I want to do? This has Rush, so I could trade this for this, but then it just gets replaced by this maze back out of their bin, so that's not very good for me. I think I'm just going to slide this down. So this 0-3... Oh, oh, that's such a good line. So even though this has Lurker, if I would have put wings here, I could have killed this, right? That's a good observation. I just don't really have anything to do this turn. Yeah. I guess I'm just going to thunderclap. So that way if they activate this, their guys die. I just really don't want to not use my mana. I should have played this here, because Lurker only applies if it's an attack range. So a unit on the 7th lane would have been able to attack this, ignoring this. And I missed that. The positional combat takes some getting used to. And I'm not used to doing the positional combat while also talking about it quite yet. When you see someone streaming, they tend to play whatever game they're streaming at while talking about it, some low percentage worse. Howdy, Ellos. Yeah, you can play. They have an HTML5 version that plays completely in your web browser, which is sweet. So this minion heals whenever an opponent's enemy minion dies. So I think they messed up. So this lets me kill this, which then heals this. So now this lets me go ahead and do this, which is great. And then I can wings here and kill this O3 right away. Although I guess this just kills this, which is not great for me. Hello, oldest son. Does mommy know you're down here?
Oh no, it's made me sweaty.
You have a scratch on your shoulder?
I do.
You're okay.
Jimmy.
Oh no, chat. I looked at Jacob and then my board died. Alright, that's pretty good. So we get to trade this here. And then they're out of cards, right? So like, the board's clear and they have this enchantment, but they're on 0 and I'm on 3 cards. So you can only get to more than 10 mana in the event that you have a card that ramps you. So like this card, for example, gives you extra resources. So this can get you past 10, but you can't get past 10 by just burning cards. All right, so let's burn this puppy. Then I'm gonna put puppy here as an offering in front of this, so he has to attack that. So this banishes 2 cards out of their bin and lets them draw 2. And then next turn I'm going to be up to 6 resources, so I can play both of these potentially. Feels like we're a little bit behind here. Our deck is an aggro deck, so like as the game goes longer, our draws come off a little bit. Like the average power level of cards in our deck is probably lower than the average power level of cards in my opponent's deck. Don't really want to take 7 next turn, so I'm probably throwing another thing in front of this. Just keep hitting them and drawing cards with these. I'm going to go ahead and burn this here. And play this out as another chump blocker here. This has armor 1 from this enchantment, so it takes 1 less damage. That's why my 2 power unit only did 1 damage to it. Armor makes it much harder to kill things with multiple smaller damage sources. So even though this attacks for 4, it doesn't kill. Oh, that's good. All right, well. How about 5 to everybody? Go. That animation was sick. So they're at 9, and I've got 3 rush minions here. Your sleeves in this game are based on what deck you're currently playing, and you can select a favorite sleeve because that just makes sense, right? Why wouldn't you be able to select a favorite sleeve? What kind of game wouldn't give you the option to select a favorite sleeve, chat? That would just be silly, right? That they wouldn't let you pick a favorite sleeve. All right, we might burn them out here. Like they're down to 3 here, and this has rush for next turn. Hey, Cave Core, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So this Blight is going to get to kill my 4/1, but I've got them dead to this. They're also dead to Fire Eater dealing 1 plus Thunderclap dealing 2. That's a Sapo. And this is, you can see my opponent played very well here. So the way they spread their units out here, I actually can't attack them because they have all the lanes covered. So it's very fortunate that I can kill them with direct damage. So This does 2 to all of their minions and to their face. And then Fire Eater gets to deal 1 damage to anything. It has an activated ability to do that. So by the skin of our teeth here, before Sapo eats us, we were able to eke out the last couple points there. So if I had played a minion to attack, I would have had to attack their guys and not their face, because they had all of the lanes covered. But I had some direct damage to push through the last couple points there. Yep, yeah, the information telling you that, like, yes, this is going to kill them, you're not missing anything, is great. All right, we're going to play for, like, another half hour or so, but I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. So, BRB. If you're enjoying my Mythgard content, this is not the first time we've played this on stream. You can find videos of us playing it a few times in the past on my YouTube channel. How to import a deck using the UI, and what service are you uploading it to? The deck list, you just you click new and then you click import from the text list. So if you look in the Mythgard channel on the subs Discord server, you can see some deck lists that have been pasted there. You just copy them and then you click import. It'll import the text list. There's a website called Mythgard Hub that you can another reanimator deck. There's a website called Mythgard Hub where you can take a peek at various deck lists there and import them. Your record indicates you can tie a game. Yes, there are cards that deal damage to everyone. Oh, you know what? This was wrong. I should have put this here, because now they can put a single minion in this lane and block both my guys. That was a mistake. There is not a website for a deck list in this game for the overlay yet. In fact, my #1 requested feature for their Twitch overlay is hopefully it'll have the deck list to easily export at some point. When I post this video on YouTube later, I will put the current deck list in an exportable or importable format in the video description, just like I do with my normal videos. Born Again's really annoying because it just keeps coming back every turn. I'm gonna burn the Ichor Feast for now because it costs triple red. I'm nowhere near triple red gems just yet. Deploy this down here so it's harder to block. Hey, Alex Jet, thanks for the 10 months. So I haven't used my power yet in this deck, but my power in this deck is literally just pay to give one of my minions an extra attack. Just like very, very aggressive power. Thanks, Elios. Elis? I'm so bad at usernames. Eventually, you'd think if saying usernames was my job, I'd be better at it, but, you know. Alright, so I think I'm burning Firesong Prodigy here. Now, I probably want the Firesong Prodigy to shock that next turn, actually. So let's burn that. I'm going to put Firesong Prodigy down here. And then with my last 2 resources, I'm going to go ahead and target this. And give it an extra attack to hit them. Or just grunt at me. Hey you. Eli. I would believe that. So this is that mistake in my positioning that I talked about earlier. That being said, I'm gonna get to play the giant stairway here. So this gives the minion in it +3/+3. So now any minion in this lane is bigger. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take this one and slide it this way, and take this one and slide it this way. So that way, like, we're literally going wide here. We're like making it just more difficult to block overall. And they know my last card's this ignition because this created the ignition. So the born again's not very useful. So they're down to 6 here, and my minions are spread pretty wide, and this will help me clear a path through blockers, so they're probably dead here. Our deck's pretty reasonably aggressive, so it doesn't give time people to mess around. What's the treat code? If you've not entered a treat code in your account and you're playing on Mythgard, drop me a direct message on Discord or Twitch, and I'll send you a treat code after I'm done streaming today. Mythgard sent me a whole bunch of them to send out to people. They just activated their hero power here, so they must be struggling to try and find something useful to do. I'd be surprised if they're not dead next turn. This is the one we don't want to kill, because when this dies, it, oh, that's what was... Marching orders. Shift a player's minions and enchantments as far to the left or right as possible. Okay, that was neat. That was neat, but that's lethal, right? Actually, I'm lethal without that. So I can use my card to kill this, and then my hero power here lets me attack through because there's no minions in either of these lanes. So even though this is here, it only blocks these 3 lanes. Let me get some coins. Yeah, I didn't even look when we started. Do I have an incomplete mission? I do. I have 25 enemy minions. Win with at least 4 enchantments on your side of the lane. Not doing that one. Let's reroll. Win 2 matches burning blue cards. All right, well, we just won 2 matches burning blue cards. Let's keep playing the blue-red deck and try and get that completed. Know about map rewards. So something that's covered up by my overlay. In the bottom right-hand corner of the game, when you finish a match, there's a thumbs up button that says good game. You should push that at the end of every one of your games, because if you and your opponent both push that button, you both get little rewards. Well, this is a 2-color deck, I swear. Put my pup in the middle. And again, we're an aggressive deck, so we generally want to play our first 3 minions on lanes 1, 4, and 7. So that way they're the hardest to block. They can't block multiple of my minions with a single minion this way. I'm gonna burn this. Put my trapezists down here. This is a deck that I put together. This is a deck that I asked in the Mythgard Discord for a blue-red deck list that was playing the O3 Lurker card, and someone gave me this. Alright, so let's burn the giant stairway here. And get my panic rider down. He's my favorite. There is an in-game deck tracker. I pulled that up earlier. So you can see what cards are still in my deck. More importantly, I can click over here and look at which cards my opponents have burned or in their discard pile, which is sweet. Oh, actually, someone was asking me for features I wanted. One feature I would really like is I wish there was an option for the game to auto pass my turn when I don't have any more legal actions to take. Because like what just happened there, it was waiting for me to click end turn and I just forgot to do it. If I'm playing while watching TV or on the treadmill or like talking to you all, I'll occasionally forget to click that button even though there's nothing else I can do. I did put the feedback in their Discord. It's a super, super small thing. So this is a stealth minion. So I don't know what this is until I attack it. So let's do that. I think the main 3-cost stealth minion only has 2 toughness, so here's hoping these trade. It's a 1/4. Yikes. And then let's burn thunderclap here. And play the thane over here. So this card has a special mechanic called agile, which means even though I have a minion here, it can attack my face directly. And when it hits my face, they get a scroll that deals 3 to me. Yeah, agile, it's not exactly flying, but it's a form of evasion. So they have a Panic Raider too. The Mythic Championship, I believe, starts at 11 a.m. Central tomorrow. All right, so... So this is going to make them another Flame Scroll if it hits me. But this will draw them a card off of their deck. This also dies after it draws them a card, though. I guess I can just put a blocker in front of this. So if I put Pup here, this can't attack through Pup. And then I can put Ironbelly over here, and this has Rush. So it can attack right away, which lets me eat their thing, so it only has 1 attack. This... Oh, that's brutal. So this is a Stairway to Hades. So when a non-minion unit dies in this lane, they get to bring it back, and it has Frenzy, so it attacks twice. So they played a removal spell, they attacked into my thing, and then it came back and got to attack twice. This is a little rough. They are down to 11 here, though, which is great, especially with, like, my Panic Rider and my Wings in my hand. So, in general, I'm going to probably want to avoid putting minions in these 3 lanes here, because I don't want the minion on the Stairway to Hades to be able to trade off easily, because it'll come back. I've been liking this game a lot, Tree. I've been playing a bunch of it off stream. Oh, super punished. So, this is a 3/3. Then when it comes into play, it deals 3 damage to the opposing 3 lanes. So this card encouraged me to shy away from these, but then this card punished me for doing that. Rough. It was in fact a trap. All right, well, I'm just gonna put the giant stairway over here, and then any minion on this lane gets +3/+3. So crunch. So they're winning on the board, but they're at 4, right? So like they need to spread out and be able to not die to combat. So our burn deck's doing burn deck things. We're behind on board, but we're like eking out those last few points of damage here nicely. They need to get rid of this or put something else here, and if they get rid of it, I can put a rush minion here and kill them. Oh, how is that top deck? So they just played a card that fills all their lanes with 3/1s? How about Pyroclasm? Pew! Clap for me, baby. Crunch. I'll do, pig. I'll do. Yeah, prize eyes. Look at my rank points. Promoted to gold 3. It's a new high for me. And we won a match burning blue cards. That's exciting. It's cute, kid. Cue it up. That's saying sweet. Get to burn. So, 2 color cards always burn for one of the 2 colors. And this card burns for red. And I know it burns for red because it has a red line in the middle. I drew a blue card though, so I don't want to burn this just yet, because this deals a damage. This can kill their 2/1 later. Your avatar looks like Neopunk. I agree, he's sweet. He's like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, I think you're right, Double Red. I think they were dead regardless. So we'll burn the blue card, which lets me play Fire Eater, and then Fire Eater can target anything directly. What's going on, Black Sheep? For real? Yeah, I've partnered up with Mythgard. They saw me tweeting about their game a little bit and talking to their Discord. And we're going to be doing Mythgard content as part of my regular schedule starting next week. So I played a little bit of it on stream in the past, but Sponsored gives me an excuse to, like, make it a more permanent thing, which is great. That's super unfortunate. So this has Alpha Strike, which is like First Strike, only it's busted because you can attack other minions directly. This is not Defender, so if I give this a power, it can attack here, right? Right? I understand that, right? Sweet. And then with this, I can burn it out. Sweet. And this can attack their face. And I think I'm gonna burn my extra. And I'll burn the second Ichor Feast. Yeah, I turn off sub mode when we're not playing Magic because the tends to be a little bit less hectic. Something else that's really sweet about this game, if you ever see me streaming, you can also watch my match in your client because there's a spectator mode in this game, which is sick. So that's a 4/4, so let's just go ahead and play my Wings of Abaddon and trade with their 4/4 because it says rush. Then we'll smack your face, then we'll burn your face. Yeah, the fact that this game plays to the board is very good. All of the software surrounding this game is an absurd. It's just really well done, which is refreshing as someone who's played a lot of Wizards of the Coast software products. On their roadmap is an official tournament client, which I'm excited to see at some point. Interested to see what that looks like. In-client tournaments are great. Playing the Swiss tournaments on Arena can be kind of tedious because there's no official client for it. You have to, like, use Battlefly or something like that. That's a 5/4 that on demise, it goes back to their hand and they lose 2 life. Huh? I think I'm okay with that. Oh, and actually, this has an ability where I can pay 2 and sacrifice one of my other minions to make it immortal. So I'm going to attack with this, and then I'm going to sack it to the Wings. So Wings is immortal and can eat this, and then hit their face so they're down to 9 again. No, this is actually, so we make this small indie company joke about Magic a lot of the time. This is actually a small indie company. Yeah, I've got treat codes for everyone. Drop me a direct message, though, and I will DM you one after I'm done streaming. I'm going to be live for another half hour, 45 minutes or so. After. Fu had previously worked for Blizzard. He has experience rating reasonable software. This does also have teleport, so when it moves, it can go everywhere. It doesn't show hands. If you rewatch previously played games, you can see hands, Jin. This blue-red deck seems really good. I hadn't really played this deck before today. I just, like, had someone give me a list. I'm going to deploy my Wings over here. Again, you just, like, literally go wide with decks like this. Opponent's dead. And just as an example, let's, like, look at this deck that I'm playing. So, like, people have asked me, like, what does it cost to get into this game? So, like, this deck that I'm playing has two mythics in it. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like 8, 9 rares. And Honestly, this Mythic's pretty good, but like this one's mostly extra. Like I don't think this deck would be really much worse without this card. So budgeting, one of the things I like about this game, the way they balance, you can only have so many, like one Mythic. It punishes you less for making decks budget, which is nice. Hey, F3M, thank you for the 9 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There are limited modes in this game. So if you go play, the Gauntlet is PvE draft and Arena is PvP draft. There's a puzzle mode, a story mode, 2v2 constructed. You can also, while I'm sitting in the queue here, I can go anywhere else in the client and it just tells me that I'm still in the queue. Look, my ranked match is ready, but I'm in my collection. Auto unmaking my extra cards that I have extra copies of. Let's back out here and click play. I'm 74 and 11 with the Reanimator deck that plays 0 Mythics. It's a good record. Yeah, I agree, Izzy. This is actually good software. When I say this one's good software, it's not dripping with sarcasm. So this is a 2-1 that gets 1 toughness whenever they burn a card. It's pretty good. No 1-drop in this hand, unfortunately, so just passing. You can actually click on the queue timer while the match is ready to go straight there. Look at that. That just sounds like it makes good sense. Ghost in the system. So it's a 2-3 for 2. And when it enters play, they look at the top 2 cards of my deck and put one on the top and one on the bottom. Rude. Rude. Yeah, the Twitch overlay for this game is built directly into the client. It's not some third-party overlay. Like, to enable the Twitch extension, I just toggle the Twitch extension on in my Twitch settings and check a settings box in my settings in the game. I guess they can infuse this to kill my guy, but I'm kind of okay with that. So this is down to 1 toughness now because my fire eater here, Ignition's a great draw. So my fire eater gets to deal 1 damage to anything. So I can finish that off. And then Ignition is a shock. So I can burn, let's burn the ironbelly and then Ignition this one. I'm worried that rares and mythics being limited in deck building will be a net negative in the long run due to increased variance and pushing. So I think you're biased, Double Red. I think variance in card games is an inherently good thing, and I think introducing a deck building limit on the variance is a positive for a game like this because this game removes so much variance from the resource system compared to Magic that putting that variance in a different place is a good idea. Yeah, variance is good, resource variance tends to not be. So, shock plus a deal 1 here lets me finish off their 3-3. And their 2-1 has to eat my 2-2 here. I like that. So unlike games like Hearthstone or like the new League of Legends thing that came out, I like that this game has a resource system that you have to discard cards for still, and you don't just get a free one every turn, because what that does is it allows you, what's the word I'm searching for? It allows you to have a lot of deck building fun. In my opinion, the thing that makes other card games less fun is the fact that they tend to lack deck building depth compared to Magic, and this game has an incredible amount of deck building depth to it still, without resource variance like Magic has, which is great. Jeff disagreed with me. Can we pretend I threw a man baby hissy fit and give me a complimentary timeout? I've been enjoying your Mythgard content. Is there a schedule? So yeah, so because they're sponsoring my stuff moving forward, they are going to be part of my regular schedule. You can always find that on my website. So starting next week, it's all built in on there. My approximate plan is to do somewhere between like 4 and 5 hours a week or so. I think I've got 4 hours scheduled for next week. Yeah, I can throw this list up in Discord after I'm done here, after I'm done with this game. All right, so this is a 6-7, so that's going to eat my 0-3 next turn. Feels a little bit bad, man. That's fine. Let's see if we can just, like, run them down here. That's the goal, right? Like, we're going to be behind on board. This is overrun, which is a little scary. So it gets to, gets to trample over my guy, basically. Yeah, Fire Eater's super powerful. I actually had the person that gave me this deck, I asked in the Discord for this game, I was like, hey, can someone give me a competitive Fire Eater deck? Because this card seems sweet. Too bad this game will die eventually. Everything dies eventually. Every day we die a little more. I think we might not be able to get there this time. They've got some big monsters, and I'm at 13 already here, and they're notably still at 14 is the issue. I guess I do this and like draw some more cards here. This Fire Eater can start pushing damage through to their face, which is nice. I think I'm going to burn this and put this trapezists here. Hey, Corey. Yeah, that's for someone that's asking for the deck right away. If you don't want to wait. I'm not going to attack with these because they're obligated to attack this 7/7, and I don't just want to, like, run them in head first. And this can only attack one thing per turn, so I want to make them attack these. That's a 5/6. These things have... Oh, they give it overrun. Yikes. Yeah, this is putting us down to 2. I think we're about to eat it here. Well, that's definitely the game. Even if we weren't dead on board, this Sword Saint gives their things lifelink, so good games, opponent. Quick double check, but I'm pretty sure we're just dead to rights here. Yeah, they're still at 9. They came close. We can get them. I can deal 1 here, 1 here, and 2 here, so I can put them to 4 or 5. Yeah, I'll believe a Hex reboot when I see it. I don't think that's particularly likely. Or even if it was, it's pretty far off. They were radio silent for so long. Hopefully if they do reboot, they're smart enough for it not to be a trading card game. Secondary markets suck. The card acquisition in this game is you buy packs like in most games. And then there is a mix of both wild cards and crafting. I have a chest to open. We should do that in a second. They're gold rank 4. I'm gonna burn. I love that the way the resource system in this game works, it helps you curve out. So like I have 2 1-drops, so I don't need another 1-drop, so I'm gonna burn one of those. In decks that have more expensive top end, you burn your more expensive cards first a lot of the time. So definitely hitting their face, and this lifelinks, which is great. I think I want to just play this out. So I'll probably do this into this next turn. Of course, something to think about. This gives me an ignition So if I burn this red card here and play this turn, then next turn, if they give me something that I want to shock, I can play this plus this, which is nice. Hey, look, they played a thing that I want to shock. We're so smart and thin. So let's shock that. Hit them twice. You cannot burn, you can't burn created cards. Yeah, this game's been really good, BMEC. This is the game that's occupied a lot of my off-stream time, especially on my mobile. Most of the games I play off-stream are mobile games. This is like, I'm in front of the computer all day. I like that the combat system in this game feels like it ties a lot of depth into a really small board, which is pleasant. Yeah, this game is on Android, iOS, and Steam, and it works on Windows, Linux, and OS X on Steam. You can also just play directly in your web browser, which is great. There's a 4/4 that says when they draw a card, they lose a life. Let's just, like, not attack into that. I'm gonna move over. If you're someone that does check the game out, make sure you drop me a direct message on Discord or Twitch, and I'll send you a code for some free stuff. Got a bunch of codes. Oh, Giant Stairway is great. So this is an enchantment. So again, enchantments in this game, you pick a specific lane to put them in, and this one gives the minions in the lane that it's occupying +3/+3. Just a big old boost. Yeah, the same account that I'm playing on Steam right now, I also play with on mobile. Yeah. This game is very well done. It's got great software surrounding it, which is pleasant. I have no idea, Nivik. I assume they have some kind of tracking on their back end. So I'm gonna burn this. If I put the Giant Stairway here, this can eat this, but then it dies to their shock. And if I put this here, it's going to give this +3, and they're at 14, so just like hitting their face for 5 here sounds appealing. And if I don't kill this, this makes them take a damage every time they draw a card. So like, this makes them take a damage next turn, which is great. That's unfortunate. This card is really powerful. It is a 4/4 that when it comes into play, it gives them a spell that makes something a spirit lion, and this notably doesn't take damage from spirits. But that was an incredibly good draw. This is not a spirit, right? It's a demon insect. All right, so we play this here, and then they're actually dead. JK, we win. So these trade here. This does 7 because they upgraded my thing, and then I have another deal too here. Top deck hero. Do 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 do. Aggro. Yeah, I agree, Marty. The resource system in this game feels like the best resource system I've ever played in a game because it allows for deep deck building with different colors, but it doesn't allow for the resource variance that Magic has in it, which is great. Opponent goes first. Yep. You can follow me in client. That's sweet. I haven't played with a lot of the social features yet. They are silver 8. Yeah, follow without friending. That's sweet. That's super sweet. So, if you're someone that's enjoying this game, I'm not going to have... So, magic is still my main job, right? So, like, we're not going to be all Mythgard content, but I do play off stream, especially when I'm at the gym or, like, in the late evenings. So, you can follow me in client and see me get notifications when I'm playing games when I'm offline. If you want to see what kind of decks and stuff I'm trying out. And this deal of damage here. Just gets to deal damage to anything, which helps me control the board a little bit. My opponent's... Oh, that was dumb. This heals next turn. Oops. So their path here, this is one of the most popular paths. It rotates through doing 4 different things. It heals them, then it heals their minions, then it draws them a card, then it makes all their minions fragile for a turn. So I should have done this to their face, and then next turn I could do this plus this to kill this. Yeah, my TLDR for this game is it's super interactive and there's no resource variance, which is a pleasant combination. Give an adjacent minion a teleport, a free teleport. Wow, that's really good. So they get to eat my 2/1 here, or trade for my 2/1. It's a trade, right? Because this is a... Oh, they're doing that, and they're going to hit this. Okay. All right, so let's burn this pup. And then I can ignition here. And then I can play this fire eater. And these two can team up to kill their 1/2. Opponent appears to also be playing some kind of blue-red aggressive deck. Or not. They're more mid-rangey. Just had a couple aggressive start. Brainstorm just draws 2 here. I actually probably want to spread these out. So that way I don't get killed by... my guys killed by their Magmator next turn. Is this game full of predominantly fair decks? There are like some combo-esque finishes to things, but yeah, there aren't any like turn 1 and 2 combo decks in this game. You're not gonna get moderned while you play this game, which is an upside in my opinion. That's pretty good. Lets them eat my thing. That's pretty good. Lets them eat my thing. Rude. They could trade here or eat this. I feel like they want to eat this, right? This card is a 4/4 that would maybe opponent had to go. Oh, it has Lurker, so they have to attack this one. Okay. All right, let's play 1, maybe 2 more, and then we'll call it a day. It's almost 5 o'clock here. I've been live for a little over 9 hours. Gotta do all my post-stream and do stuff like that. Send out a bunch of codes for folks. I downloaded this game and I hope you're happy with yourself. Sorry, not sorry. You'll love it.
All right ahead.
Oh, there's some tribal elements to this game, and one of the blue tribes is Valkyries or biker chicks, which is that's a unique one from a Vorthos perspective. I've never waited more than 90 seconds for a game. Generally, I get a game in like 30 seconds or less. Playing ranked at least. I've not explored outside of constructed too much.
Let's do this.
That's a 3/3. So I'm going to play my 2/2 over here because I don't want them to be able to block. So again, in order to block, it has to be in one of the 3 lanes directly in front of my unit. My recommendation to anyone who wants to... My recommendation to anybody who wants to get into this game is the best way to get into it is to just try it using the feature decks. So the feature, everybody who creates an account gets access to 2 feature decks, which are reasonably competitive decks that you don't need to own any of the cards of them to play. You just get to sample the game with it. So I want to trade off with this 3/3 because this one gets bigger whenever one of their other things dies, whereas this is just a vanilla 3/3. We're a little bit behind at the moment.
See you in Valhalla.
Yeah, a couple people have mentioned the single player campaign mode being good. I'm not super big on single player stuff myself, but I've definitely heard others recommend that. We're definitely a little bit behind. Like, they have a bigger minion than us attacking our face, and we're, like, trading off guys on board. I think I'm gonna burn this blue card here. Yeah, it does. I agree. It does feel like we're currently the control.
See you in Valhalla.
You need to read. It's really weird. I don't have to restart the client every 3 matches. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it still. Someone earlier had mentioned that they've left the application open for the last 3 days in the background of their computer and it's still playing fine. Believe it or not, needing to restart Arena every hour and a half for every 3 matches is not normal. That's not something you find in good software. Although I'm not sure what this opponent's doing. They need to smack me, I assume. They played the Demolition Speedway here to give their minion +2 attack and overrun. Do you try to burn every turn? It depends on your deck. So like this deck that I'm playing right now, usually get up to like 4, 5, or 6 resources and sit. Decks with bigger bombs at the top end, you often want to get to the max of 10. So like, this is a burn or aggressive deck, so it generally doesn't do that. MTGA is like the Trump presidency trying its hardest to change the definition of normal. I wonder if my opponent, real life comes up, I guess. If it was Arena, I would just assume their client crashed, but this is not that. This circle is them timing out up here. Oh, we were playing a good game until this point. That's sad. Come back, opponent. Hit me for 5. Oh, that was... Well, we were probably going to win this game anyways. This was the best draw in my deck. It deals 2 damage to all opposing minions, and my opponent's thing, which normally gives them bonuses, is currently on winter, so all their minions are fragile. So I get to go ahead and burn this. So this does 2 to all enemies, but you can see here, it tells me it's going to kill both of these, and the reason they're both going to die is they're fragile, so they're taking +1 currently. So... yeah, it looks like they're disconnected. Are they? Are they back? It stopped counting. Maybe. Yeah, I've liked this game a lot. I don't take sponsored segments with games that I don't enjoy. So I've been playing this on and off stream for like the last month, mostly on mobile. I did a couple of small stream segments. And they approached me to do some sponsored stuff so I can make more time for it on stream, and I was happy about that. The gameplay is very good. No resource variance is incredibly refreshing coming from Magic. Still having the incredible deck building depth that the different color system has is great. They could be playing on their phone and got a phone call. I think this top deck meant we were incredibly likely to win this game anyways. We'd be 5 lower here, but they only have 2 cards left, and my hand's very good.
Eat oil!
Eat oil! Alright, they're back. Guess who's back? Back again. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Beep, 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 beep-doo-doo. Yeah, I'm gonna burn this. We have Panic Raiders both draw cards here, so we're incredibly likely to redraw that card I just burned, so let's just face them. So this card has Rush, so it can attack right away, and every time it hits my opponent, it makes itself smaller and draws a card, which is great. Yeah, we should be at 12 health here if they hadn't timed out. The client is very responsive. If you've got a computer that can't play Arena and are looking for a game, this one will run very well on your computer, most likely. Plays on your phone. Yeah. Non-subs are welcome to codes too. They told me I can literally get as many codes as I need for the next week. They're good for until the 24th. All right, that one they disconnect. Let's play one more, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I'll be back tomorrow morning for a short arena segment, and then next week on Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, we're gonna guarantee do a couple hours of this. So if you are interested in a code, drop me a direct message on Discord or on Twitch here if you're not a sub. I will be sorting through all my DMs after I'm done today. If you've already entered a treat code into Mythgard, those are what I have, and you can only do 1 treat code per account. Oh, I didn't open the chest. Good call. $2,000 coins. A portrait. Oh, that's the wolf I wanted. $10 out of 10 Winter Wolf. All right. I would buy packs and open them on stream, but Jake's really enjoyed opening packs the last couple of days, so I'm gonna take my coins and let him open them. Been glued to this game since I first saw it here. Thanks for showing it off. Bummed I missed the stream, but I'll check it out on mods. Yeah, we played 2 different decks today. We played a Reanimator deck and then this one, and they'll be on separate videos on the YouTube channel, just like everything else. And thanks for the 31 months, Jester. Hope life's treating you well. If you're a sub, there is a channel for this one in our private sub Discord. There's also a generic Discord for the game in general. That's open to everyone. If you're not a sub, if you're a sub who's not in the Discord, get in there. Well, this card's about to be absurd. So Fire Eater just gets to ping things. So, kill your 2-1. This 2-1's super powerful usually. It's a 2-1 that makes them a 1-1 when it comes into play. So, against anything not Fire Eater, that's generally very good. Against Fire Eater, it's kind of... Scrubs, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Do we have a mission?
Do we have a mission? This was a good draw because I want to kill the Grinning Kobold before it powers them up. And then this is a Rush minion, which lets me eat their 1-1 here before the 1-1 can kill my 2-1. So, like, they kind of made me choose, did I want to, like, kill this one that has a power-up or kill this and save my guy? And the Rush minion lets me do both. Rush minions are super strong in this game because they basically double as removal. Apparently, Fire Eater was very good against their deck. All right, sure. And if you want this deck list, I'm going to post this set on YouTube just like everything else. And the deck list will be importable in the video description, just like on all my Magic deck lists. As always, I have an ad quota to meet for my Twitch contract, so I'm going to close the stream out with my splash screen for 3 minutes, running a 3-minute ad segment. So if you're not a sub, a great, easy way to support my content is to hang out through that ad. Otherwise, I'll see all of y'all next time. I'll be back with more Mythgard guaranteed next Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe we'll sneak in more before then, but if not, definitely then. And remember, you can follow me in client to watch my games that I play off stream too. Yeah, the high five quest has worked for the last week when I've played it. I've hit